Hello Sagittarius and welcome to Truth Well Told Tarot. This is Andrea and I'm here to do your April 2026 tarot reading for the sign of Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So I hope you're well. As always, the reading won't be for everyone. Take what resonates for you. So welcome Sagittarius. What I've done is I've taken your yearly 2026 tarot reading and pulled out the relevant card for the month of April. So we have the very lovely 10 of Pentacles for you as your overarching theme for the month of April. I'm going to go through the energies week by week and see what we get for you. As always, I say what comes to me. So what do we have for Sagittarius? Thank you. Starting with week 1. What does Sagittarius need to hear week 1? All right, we have Judgment. We have the Devil, the Knight of Wands, and we have the 10 of Swords. Week 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what we have for you. What do we have for our lovely Sagittarians? Thank you. Starting with week 1. Message for Sagittarius. Okay, so we have the 10 of Swords. The Devil and the Star. Knight of Wands and the 4 of Pentacles. 10 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. So, Sagittarius, we have the 10 of Pentacles as your overarching energy. Such a lovely energy. The 10 of Pentacles represents long-term stability, security. It's a card of financial success, money, financial flow. So certainly in terms of money areas, this is an amazing card to have. It represents long-term stability, security, abundant energy coming in, and that might well be a focus for you. Where am I going to grow? Where am I going to get more money? How am I going to, aligning with paths that you can be in for the long term may well be a focus for you. It can also represent things like retirement or retirement pots. It can represent family money as well, or inheritance or family businesses. But yeah, just a lovely, lovely card, the 10 of Pentacles. It can also be a sum of money in terms of payouts and so on, but it represents financial success, wealth. It's the card of wealth. So very lovely indeed to have that as your overarching energy. I just noticed here at the beginning and end of your reading, really bookending your reading, is the 10 of Swords. This feels here that there is a focus here on ending something. Because I feel for a lot of you here, the energy that I'm getting here, you're done with something, you're done with a situation, you're ready to kind of close a door. And when we do, we embrace that new light that's coming in. The 10 of Swords is a completion. 10s are completion in tarot. They don't go any further forward. This is it. This is the ending. We draw the line in a situation. And it can sometimes represent something that has been incredibly stressful, which is what I'm definitely picking up with this card. Something that has caused you anxiety, stress. It's become, a real focus for you. Each of those swords represents thoughts, things to do with our mind, how we're reacting to situations. It can represent emotional pain, feeling stabbed in the back, betrayed, deeply wounded, deeply hurt in that experience. But this represents the end of it. This is the ending of that situation where you can surrender it. You can embrace the new light. So this certainly feels here that you might be in a position here where you're making a judgment call to your scenario. Judgment is when we make life choices, life decisions. We learn karmic lessons. We let what's happened guide us, So it might well be here that you're making some life choice decision in a particular area of life to end something. it's time to end something. It's time to move in a different direction because this direction is not serving me anymore. And it's time. And it might well be a timely thing. You might be answering the call. It can be a call to action. The time is now to bring something to a close because it's not serving your highest good. And we're awakened. We make higher choices, higher decisions, connect to our higher self with this energy. So this certainly feels here that there may well be something timely happening for you where you're thinking, it's time to draw a line under this situation. Now, and you release it, you let it go, you move on from it. And sometimes those choices can be difficult as well with this card, but you understand where that light is in your life and where you want to move forward to. So this is that scenario here where you're just making some significant choice, answering the call. The time is now to make some kind of decision here for your highest good, to bring something to a close, is what I'm seeing for you here, Sagittarius. And like I said, whether it's to do with things like retirement, whether it's to do with ending something of your own business, whether it's to do with things like relationships, for example, or it can be to do with, a career path for you that's become too much and too stressful. This is just that sense of you're making choices for your higher good and you know which direction you want to move in now. So it just feels like there is some judgment call. The time is now to focus on this, to answer the call. This is an area to focus on and address and to define where that new light is in your life and what we need to kind of let go of. So this just feels that scenario here is, but you're being told there is absolutely the wealth energy linked with this, long-term stability and security that you're focusing on how you're moving towards that. Now, the devil and the star energy. This is a sign of temptation that can almost be a bit of a mask. It can be a bit of an illusion. So it can represent sometimes that sense of false hope, tempted back into something, false hope in a situation, but staying true to your higher self is what needs to be done, not being tempted back into something. So this can be a scenario here, Sagittarius, where the devil can be to do with temptation. It can be a place, person, situation. It can be physical attraction, desire, chemistry, but knowing it's not for your highest good. Somebody with addiction problems or behavioural patterns that just never seem to change. You could have that in any walk of life. Controlling behaviour, manipulative behaviour, undermining behaviour. You understand what I'm saying, whether it's career, business, whether it's to do with relationship, whether it's to do with, landlord where you live, neighbour from hell, whatever that scenario is. It just feels like you're tempted back into something here. It looks like the time is now when you're thinking, listen, something has to end here. I have to surrender something here. And then there is a scenario where you might be tempted to stay within your circumstance and thinking that there may well be hope. When really, we know the devil, we know the cyclical energy of the devil never changes. So this is that scenario of staying in the light, staying in terms of where you feel in your truth, in your intuition, the direction that you need to go in, and not be tempted back into something that's not serving your highest good. So that's the energy here with the star and the devil energy, because you really are being guided. But don't fall for the illusion is what you're being told here. Don't fall for something that might be an easy choice or something that's very tempting. The devil preys on what pulls us in, our weakness. It's a very manipulative energy, the devil, because it's an attachment in some way. So this is that scenario here. You might be trying to be pulled back into something that, again, where you're wanting to kind of move towards that light scenario. Could also be a business trying to keep you, but it's not a healthy business. It's too much, too stressful. You understand what I'm saying. I like this energy right next to this. Interestingly enough, the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius for me as a reader in the Minor Arcana, male or female with the Knight of Wands. The Four of Pentacles is self-preservation, self-protection, not giving to something that's might be not giving back to you anymore. So this is, I'm keeping what I've got and I am departing. I'm keeping what I have and I am moving in this direction with that sense of passion and purpose. You're bringing in the change. you're the force of change. This is that sense of courage of your own convictions here, that it certainly feels here that you're not giving to a situation that might be trying to pull you back in, tempt you back in some way, shape or form, make you feel that there is like hope or healing in a situation where truly there won't be anything different than you've gone through before with Judgment and the Devil and the Stars. So this just feels that sense of, no, I'm taking the reins and I'm moving in this direction and I'm not looking back. So it certainly feels here that you might be wiser through experience here in terms of not giving to something. Self-preservation, self-protection with the Four of Pentacles, and taking the reins and moving forward. The Knight of Wands can sometimes just think, oh, I'm putting that whole situation behind me, I am moving on. And it certainly feels that kind of energy here. Now, the Knight of Wands brings in offers and opportunities for change. So it could well be this is your opportunity, your wake-up call. The time is now to do something about a situation that I'm not giving to anymore. Self-preservation and self-protection, because you're understanding what you value, your own value as well, but also what's important to you, and moving away from a situation. This feels like a really powerful departure, ending something, breaking free of an attachment energy, moving away from something that's not serving to you towards something better where there's growth, passion, creativity, purpose. This is that scenario here. Knight of Wands can bring in offers and opportunities for change. So very positive in terms of career, business in particular. But it can also just be you being the force of change here in that scenario. The additional thing I want to say here, Sagittarius, with the Knight of Wands, in relationships, I sometimes call it a player. So it can be somebody who can mess us around. There's passion, there's chemistry, there's attraction, male or female with that Knight of Wands energy. But this is somebody who is not committed, who is not reliable, who's not invested, who doesn't do what they say they're going to do. So this gives you the opportunity here to maybe find that sense of what brings you greater stability and security. The Ten of Pentacles, in terms of relationships, is somebody who's in it for the long term. It represents long-term committed energy. So this can be that scenario here if I'm not giving to something that's not giving back to me anymore. So you might be breaking free of something that may be very tempting to go back into, a relationship where there's passion, chemistry, attraction, but it's not for your highest good. Either way, I certainly feel here that you're the force of change here. You're not falling for the illusion anymore. This feels like there is the time of now to address something, to break free of it, and not being pulled back into something that's not serving your highest good. We have the Ten of Swords here and the Six of Pentacles. Because we have the energy to surrender from something, the Ten of Swords, again, that sense of I'm surrendering it, I'm letting it go, I'm aligning with that kind of light energy. With the Six of Pentacles, this is now it's your time to receive. So this can be a really powerful energy from Spirit to kind of say, now we can bring things into you. Now we can bring in the wealth, the abundance, the offers, the opportunities, the relationship that you deserve. The Six of Pentacles is a very spiritual card. That is that sense of now we can bring in, it's your time to receive, because you're releasing from a situation that's not serving you. Now you can open up to what we can bring in. So it can be a real powerful message for you. The Six of Pentacles can be a sense of someone reaching out, offering you something. It can be offers and opportunities for change. So it's very positive in terms of abundance, finances, money areas. Very positive on that basis. Yeah, it just feels that sense here, Sagittarius. I mean, that's the energy that I'm getting. It's your time to receive. Something even might be coming in, and you might be aligning with a path here that just feels more positive, moving in a direction, a life direction that inspires you, where you feel that there's growth, passion, creativity, purpose, drive, forward movement, but not giving to something that isn't working for you anymore is what I'm getting here. It certainly feels here. I mean, that was definitely a clear message. It's your time to receive now. Now Spirit can bring in what you deserve. Should you be choosing to end and again move in a different direction and depart somewhere, this can also be retirement pots, like I said, to do with that Ten of Pentacles, or a sum of money given to you if you're ending something here. But for others of you, it just represents there could well be some opportunity, an opportunity to align with the path that will give back to you. And that could be linked with this week 3. And surrendering something that doesn't is what I'm seeing here. So let's see what we have for you. What do we have for Sagittarius? Message for Sagittarius, thank you. I'm going to pull 2 messages from Spirit for you. We have nature. This is a time to absorb the healing properties that nature has to offer. Your mind, body, and soul need nourishment, energy, revitalization, and strength. Nature has much to offer, so take this time to connect and spend some quality time outdoors. Could be some advice for you. Nature is grounding, healing. It regenerates us. It gives us perspective. We feel better in nature. Bottom of the deck, we have a mother's love. A mother's love is reaching out to you at this time and holding you close. She knows how much you miss her and wants to remind you that this special bond of love can never be broken. So some of you might need to hear that message as well. Sagittarius, you're aligning with your long-term future. What brings you long-term stability and security, or going in search of that? And it's available to you. It can represent relationships that can be long-term committed relationships, in it for the long term, putting down roots. So certainly for those of you who are looking for that, who are in a situation that's not that, now Spirit can bring that into you because it looks like you're releasing from a situation that's no longer serving you. The Ten of Pentacles is also very good changes to do with money. So money, career, financial areas. So certainly retirement pots. So like I said, I feel that you're bringing in the changes by releasing from a situation that's not serving you anymore, surrendering it. And now it's your time to receive. You're the force of change this month. That's what I have for you, Sagittarius, for April 2026. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. I wish you a wonderful April period. I will see you next time.